Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks, bringing you the daily Apple report for Tuesday, June 6th, 2023. Before I click through all the charts, I just want to encourage you to please click like and subscribe. Check out wickedstocks.com as well. Wickedstocks.com, we offer a full array, a full suite of daily and weekly video analysis just like this. The daily triple Q, the daily SPY report, weekly analysis in the S&P 500, NASDAQ 100, and the long bond ETF, the TLT, as well as two individual stock picks every week that you never see on YouTube. They cater to kind of the longer term swing trade, 3 to 5 weeks out or so, as well as the near term investor, 3 to 5 months out. We're always hunting for 20% stock moves on our stock picks, two a week. You never see on YouTube, all for $47 a month. That includes a 5-day free trial. So if you sign up and you don't like what you see after 3, 4, 5 days, you can bail for no cost whatsoever. Anyway, the Apple report for Tuesday, June 6th. Let's take a look at the big picture. I'll just show you the long-term buy signal that played out 5, 6 weeks ago above the channel top that is presently at 170.51. I don't expect to see that anytime soon, but we did on Monday test the 182.94 January 22 all-time high. We even pushed through it by a couple of points, almost exactly. Backed off, closing down on the day, down on the week so far. What does this mean? Well, I've been mentioning how we could actually top out at 182.94 and fall back within several weeks, 3 to 5 weeks, into the 170s again. That is always a possibility. Double top, yes. Lots of technicians, other traders looking at that high at 182.94 as a sell opportunity. So this shouldn't come as a great surprise, but I do see this as merely the potential for 170.51 over the next few weeks, which would present a buy opportunity longer term, because longer term, I still think that 219.84 long-term channel top remains our big picture objective that may well be realized by the end of the year. If we close above 182.94 at the end of this week, I think within 3 to 5 months, we should push up to that 219.84 long-term channel top. So that remains the big picture. Will we test 170.51 anytime soon? There is a bit of a stair step on the way down. I can mention how, I've got 180.62 as a minor point, 181.40 is the high settlement price from Friday. If we push above 181.40 today, a 182.94 in reach again. This is kind of the day trade setup. 176.51 though, is this former, and this is an opened up chart of the same, is this former horizontal channel structure. I like this as a session containment level. I do think it's actually in reach today. I mean, if you take a look at the chart here, we put out a new all-time high, and we closed negative on the day. Had we closed below Friday's low, that would have been a key reversal high, an engulfing pattern that may well have carried with it swift downside continuation back into the low 170s, possibly by Friday's close. But I don't see that happening just yet. I think this shook out some longs. We've got some short entry. The question is, will we see, continuation to the downside in the coming days? I think 176.61 should be considered an intraday target. And I do think it may well contain daily selling pressures. And from there, we could perhaps turn back up into later week, back to 182.94 within a matter of 3 to 5 days. Not unless we close below 176.61 am I then comfortable anticipating what is a more meaningful support area in the 173.80 to 174.78 area. You can see 173.80 here. That's a longer term channel bottom that goes back about 2 months. And this is our zone that can contain weekly selling pressures. Now, it does get a little crowded in here. I'll grant you that. I would like to say, and it is a possibility. I just don't see a near-term indication of such that having tested 182.94, you should now prepare for 170.51. I don't think it's looking likely just yet. And unfortunately, the only time I really see it as being likely is if we were to close soon below 173.80. We could test 173.80 today. If we break 176.61 with yesterday's volatility, that would allow that within the day, 173.80 perhaps, where we could bottom out for the week itself and even turn back up to 182.94 by the end of next week or sooner. And unfortunately, at this stage, the only scenario where I see 170.51, that long-term channel top, as being a likely short-term objective would be a settlement below 173.80. But the nice thing is 173.80 is rising through time. It'll be in the 174 handle tomorrow, 175 handle by the end of the week, so forth and so on. So it does become, they open up a little bit and are more conducive to not only day traders, but 3 to 5 day swing traders. So I don't expect to see 173.80 today, but if we settle today below 176.61, we should tomorrow dip into this area. So in terms of, this is the day trade. I think I've already shown how the day trade really is buying 176.61, and really you could sell 181.40. But, we could easily, with this kind of volatility, push through it. So buying 176.61 for the day, selling 182.94 for the day, possibly the week itself. If we close below 176.61, expect 173.80 tomorrow, where we can place a weekly low. I don't expect to see a full unraveling back into the low 170s. Sorry, wrong chart, wrong button. 170.51, though, if tested over the next week, 2 or 3, able to contain selling through the rest of the year. So keep that in mind, and would present another buy opportunity. Option traders could then buy once again 183 out of the money calls, which was the play about 5 weeks ago, as you recall. We've tested that. You may have liquidated those, at least in part. And, the 3 to 5 week swing trader, 2 to 3 week swing trader, after having tested 182.94 today, may have reached for those 170, 172 out of the money puts that don't expire for at least a few weeks. So that is kind of the dynamic right now for 2 to 3 weeks. But 170.51, I think that was our indication, having settled above it, for longer term bullish continuation. I consider the closing above 182.94 at the end of any week just a matter of time. I'm going to leave it at that. I don't think there's really anything else to be said beyond what I already have. Please click like, subscribe. Please share the content with friends and colleagues, and check out wickedstocks.com.